Will you guys be releasing more documents and text messages?
Baldoni's team launched a new website over the weekend, including newly released text messages.
Let's hope that, Justin gets some justice.
Allegedly sent between the embattled stars of It Ends With Us.
Truth, veracity, honesty, and to not see the destruction of people's lives unnecessarily.
As well as Lively's husband, actor Ryan Reynolds.
An exclusive bombshell just dropped.
Baldoni publishing a website revealing private messages. Reese Witherspoon also revealing a mysterious A-list friendship fallout.
Justin Baldoni has leaked explosive texts between him and Ryan Reynolds. And the fallout could be terrible for Blake Lively. These private conversations reveal how much Blake and Ryan were willing to do to stifle the narrative and, according to Ryan, insisted that Baldoni's team take the blame for Blake's disastrous public image.
We're going to move as quickly as we possibly can and prove our innocence in a world where sometimes...
This new leak brings Blake into the crossfire of negative press, and it's no secret that he's been caught in the fire before.
This is toxic, and it has to end.
This cover-up would have been deep, and Ryan's texts show how far the scheme would have gone to deflect blame onto him and Blake. And we will say this, there is nothing new about this celebrity feud. Any such leak would put Blake in serious legal trouble, even if it can be proven she orchestrated this behind-the-scenes crisis control. This is all in black and white, but the question is, how long can Blake evade the repercussions of her own PR disaster? Hang tight. We've got all the juiciest scoop as to how these texts could be bad news for one of Hollywood's proudest power duos, and why this is only just the tip of the iceberg. Let's dive into the leaked texts that have everyone talking.
Ryan, who was not in attendance, dealing with more pressing matters as Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal teams face off for the first time in court.
Ryan! I happen to adore you, Justin. That was a text Ryan sent Justin in 2023 before their infamous New York penthouse showdown. Now the Blake versus Baldoni never-ending It Ends With Us saga finally.
According to the revelations from Justin Baldoni, the conversation shows Ryan Reynolds stepping in to handle the growing backlash aimed at Blake Lively. As tensions around Blake's behavior on set reached new heights, Ryan allegedly proposed a bold move. Justin's team should release a public statement taking full accountability for the negative press surrounding Blake. In one of the key texts, Ryan reportedly suggested that Baldoni's team take responsibility for the troubled production and public dissatisfaction. He even went as far as to draft a statement that not only apologized on behalf of the production, but also positioned Blake Lively and the cast as having acted with professionalism every step of the way. What Ryan seemed to want was a blanket apology from Justin that could shield Blake from any fallout. But here's where things get sticky. These texts could severely backfire on Blake. If she was involved in orchestrating this PR manipulation, there's a real chance she could face legal challenges. With Ryan's texts implying that Justin's team should shoulder the blame for the public's reaction to Blake's conduct, it raises serious questions about ethical boundaries. We've seen similar situations before where leaked messages or private recordings became the smoking gun in legal battles. Remember the infamous Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, where leaked audios flipped the narrative? This could be just as damaging, and with the public eye already on Blake, her involvement in trying to manipulate the situation through Ryan's influence could unravel her carefully managed reputation. So the question remains, how will Blake and Ryan respond to this? Could this be the beginning of a much bigger legal battle? Keep watching as we uncover more details.
Players in one of the ugliest Hollywood disputes in recent memory faced off in a New York City courtroom today with the first hearing in the It Ends With Us duel between stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Over the weekend, Baldoni launched a website of texts and emails that he says supports his defamation case.
Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment on the set of their hit movie, It Ends With Us. Baldoni is going on the offensive. He just launched a website containing 168 pages of documents and texts.
As more information from these texts surfaces, Blake Lively's involvement becomes harder to ignore. While Ryan Reynolds is the one directly communicating with Justin Baldoni, it's clear that Blake stands at the center of this controversy. Ryan's alleged proposal to have Baldoni's team take the fall for Blake's negative press doesn't just raise eyebrows. It suggests that Blake was willing to let others take the hit for her own missteps. Blake's actions behind the scenes, if proven, could lead to serious legal consequences.
I know. And my nose is so big.
Yes.
I was hoping that.
Manipulating a public narrative through false statements or coercion could open her up to defamation claims or other legal disputes. In Hollywood, where reputation is everything, this kind of exposure can be more damaging than the original PR nightmare. It's not just about a bad headline anymore, it's about ethics and integrity. With Blake's career spanning over a decade and her image closely tied to her public persona, these leaks could be a game changer. If Ryan's texts are any indication of Blake's willingness to shift blame, it's possible we'll see this turn into a much bigger scandal. Could she be held legally accountable for her role in the PR cover-up? We'll explore the potential fallout next. Blake Lively isn't the first celebrity to be caught up in a controversy involving leaked messages or recordings, and history shows how damaging these leaks can be. High-profile cases like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's legal battle highlight the power of leaked evidence. In that case, audio recordings flipped the public perception and became key pieces in court, changing the entire narrative. What started as accusations against Depp turned into a public re-evaluation when the leaks revealed a more complex story.
We gotta change how we do things, and I want to trust you, and I feel like all the trust is gone. All the fucking trust is gone in the relationship because you keep splitting.
I'm not gonna be in a physical fucking altercation with you.
Then don't.
You fucking hit me last night. You fucking...
What about all the other times you split?
Similarly, in Blake's case, these texts between Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni could be the tipping point. Ryan's words, intended to shield Blake from public backlash, could now do the exact opposite. They provide a window into what happened behind the scenes during the PR crisis and how far Blake's camp was willing to go to manage the fallout.
And this friendly response to Justin from Ryan. You've been a wonderful collaborator with me, and that means a great deal to both of us.
Blake and Ryan. Blake and Ryan.
Other Hollywood scandals, from Mel Gibson's leaked phone calls to Jennifer Lawrence's hacked photos, show how private communications can become public weapons, reshaping careers and reputations. In Blake's situation, if more texts or audios are leaked, the damage could escalate quickly. The public and the media love a good scandal, especially when it involves attempts to manipulate public perception. What's critical here is how Blake and Ryan handle this fallout. Do they remain silent, hoping it blows over, or will they try to spin it in their favor? In the past, celebrities caught in similar situations have had to either own up or face greater consequences. For Blake, staying quiet could invite more scrutiny, but coming forward might mean admitting to deeper involvement in the scandal than previously thought. This could be just the beginning of a much larger fallout for Hollywood's golden couple. The media is already buzzing with reactions to the leaked text between Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds. Major outlets and entertainment blogs have jumped on the story, dissecting every detail. While some are focusing on Ryan's role in drafting the apology, the real spotlight is starting to turn toward Blake Lively's involvement. Could she really have orchestrated a behind-the-scenes cover-up? Public opinion is shifting quickly. Initially, Blake was seen as a victim of harsh media criticism during her movie's production issues.
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could...
But now, with these revelations, people are questioning how much of that negative press was self-inflicted and whether Blake and Ryan were actively trying to manipulate the narrative. Social media has become a battleground, with fans divided, some defending Blake, while others are calling her out for what seems like a deliberate attempt to shift blame onto others. The leak has sparked conversations about Hollywood's inner workings and how stars manage their public images. The fact that Ryan and Blake, two of the industry's most beloved figures, are now entangled in a scandal involving PR manipulation is shocking to many. The audience's trust is fragile, and these kinds of revelations can lead to permanent damage to a celebrity's reputation. One thing is clear, this isn't going away anytime soon. As more outlets pick up the story, Blake's team is likely scrambling behind the scenes to control the damage. But the more they try to manage the fallout, the more it feeds into the narrative of manipulation. This is a crucial moment for both Blake and Ryan's careers. Will the public continue to embrace them, or has this leak revealed too much? Hollywood stars have survived scandals before, but in the age of viral news and social media, one misstep can become a career-ending crisis. Now, let's get to the juicy part, how this scandal is shaking up Hollywood. This is more than just leaked texts. It's the kind of high-stakes drama you'd expect from a blockbuster movie, but this time, it's real life, and the stars are Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, and of course, Blake Lively. This isn't just gossip, this could be a career-defining moment. Imagine this. Ryan, Hollywood's favorite wise-cracking, charming leading man, caught red-handed trying to pull the strings behind the scenes. He's not just defending his wife, he's trying to convince Baldoni to take the hit for Blake's failed PR moves. The stakes are sky high, and the Hollywood power couple could be on the verge of losing it all. And Blake, well, she's no longer just the style icon we see on red carpets. This scandal paints her in a whole new light, one where she's willing to manipulate the narrative, letting her husband do the dirty work to protect her image. If the public believes this, her brand could take a serious nosedive. Let's not forget, Hollywood loves a comeback, but it also loves a fall from grace. If this scandal keeps unraveling, we could see Blake and Ryan fighting to save their reputations. Picture more leaked texts, maybe even audio. Who knows what else could be lurking out there? Hollywood thrives on drama, and this scandal has all the ingredients for a major spectacle. Will there be a tell-all interview, a surprise confession, a lawsuit to stop the leaks? We've seen it all before, and the bigger the names, the harder they fall. This story isn't just simmering, it's on the verge of boiling over, and everyone is waiting to see what happens next. As the drama intensifies, there's a serious possibility this scandal could move from the tabloids to the courtroom. Leaking private texts isn't just a PR nightmare, it can have real legal consequences. If Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were involved in trying to manipulate a public narrative, they could find themselves in hot water, facing lawsuits for defamation or even breach of contract. Let's break this down. First, there's the potential legal trouble for Blake. If these texts prove that she was aware of or orchestrated the attempts to shift blame onto Justin Baldoni, she could be sued for defamation. Remember, defamation lawsuits don't just hit someone's bank account, they can completely destroy public reputations. Blake's squeaky clean image could crumble if the courts find her guilty of manipulating the truth. And Ryan, his role is equally risky. Leaked texts show him drafting an apology to protect Blake, suggesting Justin's team take responsibility for the backlash surrounding Blake's actions. If Baldoni feels that Ryan's involvement crossed legal lines, he could file a suit of his own. Ryan might have been trying to protect his wife, but if it's seen as an attempt to cover up misconduct, there could be serious repercussions. But here's where it gets even messier. With so much at stake, Blake and Ryan's legal team might try to fight back. We've seen Hollywood stars take extreme measures when scandals get this heated, issuing gag orders, filing counterclaims, or even dragging it out in court to control the narrative. Could they go on the offensive and try to block any further leaks? That remains to be seen. What's clear is that this scandal isn't just about public perception anymore. If legal papers start flying, the consequences could be far more damaging than any bad press. For Blake and Ryan, the stakes have never been higher. So, where does this leave Hollywood's golden couple? With the leaked texts already shaking the industry and the potential for legal action looming, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are standing on thin ice. As more details emerge, they'll have to decide whether to address the situation head-on or stay silent and hope the storm blows over. But in today's world, where scandals spread like wildfire, that might not be an option. The entertainment world is watching, fans are divided, and the media is hungry for more. Will this end in courtroom drama, a public apology, or perhaps the unraveling of one of Hollywood's most beloved duos? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. As the drama unfolds, we'll be here to bring you every twist and turn. Stay tuned, because in Hollywood, nothing stays hidden forever, and there's no telling how deep this scandal will go.